Hi, welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. My name's Tim, and today we're going to be doing a walk around video of our 2013 MY14 Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. This video we're going to go around the outside of the car, go through some of the features inside, quality of the whole vehicle, and I'm going to run you through as well a little bit about Jeeps. Being the SRT, the 2014 model year, this is the updated front with the really aggressive style body kit along the front here. And with Jeeps, you do have your 7-slot grille in the front on every model because Jeep was the first car to drive on all 7 continents, so they do that symbolic of that groundbreaking achievement. Now, looking at the paint job itself before I get the camera to zoom in too closely, being a nice bright sunny day, this is a carb. This colour is called Brilliant Black. And Jeep Black is my favourite of all the blacks because look at that metallic sparkle to it. It's just really comes to life in the sunlight. It's a beautiful colour, and it was definitely one of the more popular colours when this car was released. We do have a since 1941 little engraving there in the headlight because that was Jeep's first year that they like to celebrate on all their models. They do have daytime running lights running around the outside of the car. You can turn them on and off with a setting inside. At the moment they are switched to off. We do have the car running. Down here as well, we've got our indicator with a little fog light just down there. Oh, sorry, that's our fog lamp. Our indicator is also around here, just inside the headlight here. That's my bad. Under here we got a bit of chrome to help break up the black colour. In amongst that brilliant black with the really nice glossy paintwork, we do have a gloss black across the middle with the silver around the grille. We do have colour-coded front sensors, and down here in the middle we've got our adaptive cruise control. So you can actually set your cruise control. As you approach another vehicle, the car will self-adjust to follow that vehicle and keep a nice safe distance so you don't have to constantly readjust things. We've got our nostrils up here to help vent the heat that builds up from that nice big 6.4 litre Hemi engine, but we'll cover more about that later. Look, moving around to our tyres, we'll see this car does have the standard Goliath rims, but they have been coated black. So they are black, that's not standard on the car, and it does set off this paint job very, very nicely. There's a little bit of wear into the paint just here, probably smaller than about half the size of my fingernail, and we do have what appears to be a brand new tyre with really nice tread. Colour-coded side mirror cuts, the built-in side indicator, and our Hemi 6.4 litre badge there on the guard. Our Grand Cherokee badging along the bottom of the door. Looking at the car itself, I'm going to try and pick out any marks for you, but so far I haven't seen any jump out at me, so it does look very, very nice. I'll point out as well at this stage we do have the dual panoramic sunroof, but I'll cover more off about that when we sit inside the car. We do have very nice chrome edging around the windows, really separating the black on black colour. Colour-coded door handles as well. The body kit does have a bit of a flare around the wheel here with a nice bit of plastic here to sort of help protect the paint from stones that come off the road while we're driving, and it has done its job because the paint is in brilliant condition. Once again, another 20-inch Goliath rim, a little bit of wear on the edge here. It's not so much as gutter rash as just maybe a little bit of scratching into the paint, so it is very light, and we do have what appears to be another brand new tyre. Moving around the back of the car, we've got our nice deep red tail lights with a bit of a darkened red around the outside to help bleed it back into that black colour that we do have going on with the car. And we've got rear parking sensors as well as a rear camera. This car is fitted with a tow bar, and the dual exhaust tips, they really open up at the back, giving it that nice look, and it's got a really deep, aggressive and rumbling sound. Now, being the SRT, this is fitted with the automatic tailgate. I've left the key inside the car, but it does have a button to remotely lift up the door boot as well. We do have premium sound in this model. So we do have here our subwoofer with a 12-volt socket, privacy cover, as well as a nice torch just built into the side here. Underneath the railing, I'll point out this is very sturdy, very thick, very strong. We do have another full-size spare wheel. It's never been fitted to the car. I can actually see a little bit of the marking still on the outside of the tread, and we got all of our roadside assistance emergency tools fitted in there as well. Now, to close the boot, all you got to do is press this button here on the side. It'll beep at you 3 times and it will close down. Now, if anything does get underneath it, it'll feel the resistance and open back up, so you don't have to worry about getting anything jammed in that electronic boot as it closes down. Got a nice bit of a lip here as well on the top of the boot lid. Moving around to the passenger side, we've got our fuel filler cap here just above the rear passenger wheel. Having a look at the wheel, we do have once again practically brand new tyre with just a little bit of paint chip down here. Otherwise, that wheel also presents absolutely brilliantly. Now that we're on this side of the car, we will really see that paint come to life in the sunlight. Just trying to look for some marks. I can't really see any on this car. Couple of minor hairlines into this patch here just in front of the wheel, but otherwise there's nothing going on here. This car just is presenting very, very beautifully. It is a 2013 MY14 car, but it looks like a 15 car, I'd say. Looking here, once again, color-coded mirror cuts with our built-in side indicator. And then last wheel, practically brand new tyre tread. Down here we got a bit of scuff, like gutter rash, just half the length of my finger, and another little one there. We do have a nice big 4-pot, actually I think there's 6-pot Brembo brakes on these because it is a bigger wheel there. And we do need that stopping power for the big 6.4 litre Hemi that is lurking underneath the hood of this car. So I'm going to actually pop the bonnet now, and we're going to have a look at this beast. Now this puts out a really nice deep rumble, and even though it is a 6.4 litre engine, it's got Chrysler's fuel saving technology. So what it does is when you're actually cruising down the freeway, it will shut 4 of the cylinders off to really give you better fuel consumption. So of an engine this size and power, you do have quite good fuel consumption for it. This car puts out 344 kilowatts of power and 624 newton meters of torque. With the launch control, you can actually go from 0 to 100 in 4.9 seconds. Behind this engine is an 8-speed automatic transmission, and this car is a 4x4, so it does have that full drivetrain. With the 90 litre tank and all that technology, even though it is quite a big engine, you can still get a combined fuel usage of 14 litres, which is quite good for an engine that size. And the car's very safe as well, because you do have the 7 airbags in there to help protect everyone in case of an accident. And now moving to the interior of our SRT, this is such a feature-packed vehicle. There's just so much this car offers. I won't be able to cover off everything in the video, but I'm going to go through, do my best and hit all the main points. First thing we'll notice is in the cabin of this car, around the outside, we do have this carbon fiber style trim to really go with the SRT racing style that they put inside this car, giving it a nice aggressive look on the inside as well as the outside. On the leather-bound armrest here, we do have our side mirror controls as well as a button to fold them in, which can really come in handy while parking. Just down from that, we do have full electric window control with our door lock and child lock buttons. Over here to the right of the steering wheel, we've got our headlight control with automatic headlights and our fuel release cap. On the left hand side, being an American car, we've got our turn signals here on the left control arm, as well as our front and rear wipers are all on the one control arm, so you actually don't have a right hand control arm. It's all just here on the left, which is very convenient. Steering wheel itself, it's got the SRT upgraded steering wheel, which is a racing design steering wheel. Really good, fits in the hands, gives it a nice aggressive look with the SRT badging in the middle. We've got paddle shifters behind for a bit of spirited driving, and then just below that we do have our volume and Bluetooth controls for skipping songs and radio stations. You can't see them on camera, but they are just below the paddle shifters on the back of the steering wheel. On the front, just here, we've got our cruise control setting, as well as our speed limiter and adaptive cruise control. Just here on the left, we got all the buttons to cycle through the menu. So actually in front of me here, I've got at the moment the speedo set to just a number. You can go across and you can actually have it set to the dial if that's how you prefer. As you cycle through all the other options, which there are many, it just shows up in the middle. You've got SRT tracking, so time tracking as well. Your text messages, if you're navigating somewhere, it'll tell you your next move right there in the dial. There's just so many to go through here. Tire pressure, oil temperature, everything is just right there in front of you. Very simple to use, just operate it off of this. Below that, we got our hang up and answer for our phone button if we do have Bluetooth. And my favorite control here is the voice control. You can actually set the radio station with the voice control button. So what I'll do, I'll just quickly pop on the radio station. At the moment it's on 1116 AM radio, 105.1 FM.
Tuning to 105.1 FM.
There you go, your radio station is set without taking your hands off the wheel or taking concentration away from the road. You can call people with that, tell it where you want to go and it will give you directions. The car is fully voice controllable. Looking at the dash really quickly, we do have this nice leather dash with a bit of white stitching to help break that up. Really classy in the vehicle. And then as we move down from that, we've got our big Uconnect touchscreen with chrome trimming around the outside and a bit of silver to go around that. As for this unit, while I go through the unit, just pay attention to how well it responds to touch. So we've got our typical radio and media settings with full Bluetooth control, CD player, USB auxiliary. Now with the controls, we've got heated and ventilated seats as well as a heated steering wheel. So the ventilated seats on those hot days will circulate air around your lower back, really stopping that sweaty buildup, and on cool days you can warm the seats up as well. Pressing this middle button here will bring up our dual zone climate controls. Now we do have hard buttons for all of this just below the touchscreen unit, but this is all very nice, laid out, easy to use, very straightforward. Now we do have satellite navigation in this car. Look how big and clear that picture is. And the last two settings is just for our phone when we pair our phone to it, and the SRT apps. So we do have performance pages here. And while that fires up, I'll just say that these has got a whole lot of options. It shows you G-force against the car. You can do track times as well. And it's even got a nice little picture of a car when it does fire up, which usually is matched. There you go. It's matched black to the actual color of this car. And you've got all these gauges here for performance measuring as well, so you can really monitor what the engine's actually doing. While we're looking at the screen, I'll pop it into reverse and show you how clear this reverse camera is. And as you move the steering wheel, it does move around and show you where the car is projected to go. Very handy, making such a nice big vehicle which already has brilliant vision out the windows, so much easier to park. Moving down from that, like I mentioned, we do have our hard controls for our media and our climate control here. We've got our forward collision warning that we can turn off, as well as traction control, an eco button, and our parking sensors. I'll point out just to the right here, it looks like a phone holder was mounted or something, so there's a little bit of wear into the dash, but so far outside of that, the interior is presenting it brilliantly. Under here, we've got a nice bit of storage with a 12-volt socket. I don't know how well that's going to show up with the sun glare, but we've quickly got auxiliary, USB and SD card slot as well. Just behind that, we do have our two cup holders with a bit of chrome around it, and our T-bar shifter. Very easy to shift through the gears, push down the button, pull it right back, jumps into drive, right forward jumps into park, or just a little pull back to jump down one into reverse and back up into park. Just here, we've got our control for our 4x4 system. So it does have a towing mode, a snow mode, a sport mode, auto, and track, and it's got its launch control just here. So just change it to what you're driving and the car will respond, and it will really pick up what it needs to do. Leather bound center console unit here with white stitching. Opening it up reveals our CD player as well as our nice bit of storage with a 12-volt socket just in there. One thing I will point out really quickly is this car does have the dual panoramic sunroof, which means that it also has the upgraded sound system. So this car does have premium sound. Now with this, we just hold this button and it winds all the way back. Really, it stops halfway just in case you had kids in the back you didn't want to open it up on. And then we got the button for the front half as well. Look how smooth all this operates. I know it's nice, it's pretty bright outside, but I just wanted to show you how well the sunroof operates. And then we just close it all back up again. And there we go, the nice big, just drive along. You got luxury, you've got power. I reckon it all comes together brilliantly in this car. They've got the perfect mix of family SUV and muscle car, and it's just straight over from the States. It's just incredible to drive. Well, my cameraman just has a quick pan around the back. I'm just gonna check the service history. This car has done 75,000 Ks. The first service was done at 12,008, the next one at 24,1, 33,1, 51,000, 64,000, and then the last service we did at 75,000 Ks. So brilliant paint condition, perfect service history. Really no reason not to buy this car. If you're looking for luxury meets family SUV meets power, this is just a brilliant car to have. So I'd like to thank you for watching my walk around video of our 2013 MY14 Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. If you have any questions, please give us a call on at 9907 0555. One of our friendly staff will be happy to help with your inquiry.